What is good? It is Sam here, and today is day number 19 for when I decided to get into real estate wholesaling in South Carolina. I've never lived here before. I've only passed through the state as I was going from, say, Florida to New York or New York back down, and I didn't know anybody here other than my buddy who's been here for a number of years, and it is day 19, and we already have a contract, a business set up, bank account, applied for the line of credit, got our marketing set up in terms of where we're going, and we're still in the process of executing to make sure that the marketing is working. And I wanted to give an update on some of this in terms of our lists, what was accomplished today, and I had my first call with a cold caller. So, with that being said, if this is your first time here, what's good? My name is Sam. For those of you who are returning, it's good to freaking see you. Let's get into it. Okay, so today, one of the things that is very, very powerful is you've probably heard that your net work is equal to your net worth. And the phrase, I think, passes by a lot of people who are not considering their immediate surroundings and who they have in their net work, and trying to always change who is in their network to increase their net worth. It's almost like a game in a sense. So I'm always looking to meet new people because people have the answers. If there's something that I'm struggling with, or if there's something that I'm trying to do that somebody else has fucking done, I should talk to these people. So that is the first thing I wanted to talk about. And it comes in from two different sides, right? So the list, I'm creating a buyer's list, and I'm also creating a list of all of the real estate agents and all of the realtors and brokers online, and their phone number lists, because then I can start to reach out to them and create an offer that's going to bring a tremendous amount of value to pain points for real estate agents, and bring something forward in that regards that I can actually help them with, and then start calling them to set that up. So I was thinking something along the lines of doing something with social. If you have any ideas, let me know down below in the comments. So I was thinking of doing something where I do a workshop maybe for them in terms of social media and marketing and all that kind of stuff to get more clients in 2020, because I think it's super valuable. So that's the first thing in the first front. And I went from 3,000, just over 3,000 numbers on my list to over 4,000 cell phone numbers. And who puts their fucking phone numbers out there for everybody to see? Real estate people, because they want business. So it's super easy to get phone numbers. And on a side note, so we're going to just take a little bit of a tangent. So 4,000 phone numbers. So that's a tremendous amount of cold calling, right? But I want to continue to work on the business and not in the business, right? So, I mean, I'm going to do whatever I need to fucking do. But, that's how my mind is always trying to work on the business. So, if there's something else that I can pay somebody to do, I'd rather pay that person to do that so that I can work on something else that has a higher ROI. So, called a cold caller today. It's a company in the Philippines that has different VAs, virtual assistants, and found them through a Facebook group. Excuse me. Every day I'm going into Facebook, joining more groups and interacting with the people in the Facebook groups, as well as capturing emails to increase my email list. Tonight I'm going to get another 300 email addresses for my email list. My email list for buyers, and you just go into these groups and people post all the time like, hey, I have a property I want to sell, is there any cash buyers here? And then you have fucking 37 comments with email addresses. You're like, that's going in my list, that's going in my list, that's going in my list, and you just build a list very, very quickly, because people are super open to leaving their contact information out there, and that just helps me out. So if my list, right, if you have a list of, say, 1,000 people, and I've got a list of 10,000 people who are potential buyers, all interested in real estate, and I get something under contract, and you get something under contract, who do you think is going to have a higher probability of being able to flip that contract faster, right? Because the faster you can do it, the faster you can repeat it, right? If you do it once, in 2 weeks, then let's do the next one in a week, right? Or if one person, if it takes a month to flip the contract versus say a week to flip the contract, then you could do 4 contracts a month, right? Or just continue to scale that up. So I want to get these done as fast as possible so that the every time you do a deal, you have the opportunity to learn and experience what every single deal is, because every single deal has its own nuances. So I want to be able to experience as many of these deals as possible, as quickly as possible, so that I can learn as quickly as possible. So that is, I would just have the cold color. So it's $6 an hour. The minimum is 20 hours a week, and they $6 an hour, 20 hours. Oh yeah. So I was thinking about, I already have 4,000 phone numbers, so they can call about 2,000 numbers a week. So I was thinking about potentially setting up a program to sell to these real estate professionals, some type of training, or set up a speaking engagement or something where I sell tickets or something to just pay for the venue. But that way I get to increase my network of people that I'm with. I'm not sure how I'm going to structure this, but it's going to be a ton of fun. So make sure you press that subscribe button, and you get to follow along. I'll also tell you how much fucking money I make when I do this shit. So if you're interested in that, press that bell notification too, so YouTube can notify you when I post. Another thing in regards to this is the network and the net worth. So we're tying this all back in together. How can I also learn better, but at the same time provide value in the process? Well, what I can do, I have a YouTube channel you're watching here. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, but I actually have scheduled 2 interviews with people who are doing wholesaling, who are 1 or 20 steps ahead of where I am, and I want to bring them on so that they can tell their story, because their story is going to be unique to them, and it's going to touch a lot of people to inspire them. Somebody else who's 3 steps behind that, or 10 steps, or hasn't even started, and they're like, oh damn, this guy's 21 years old and he's already making $14,000 a month, then I could do it, right? And then they start taking action on their life. So I want the person be able to put their offer at the end of the video or something. That way they can get value and exposure. I'll put their links in the description or whatever the case is. Speaking of the description, my Instagram's down there, and my TikTok. If you want to follow along on a more close basis of exactly what's happening during the day, check those out. They're down there in the description. And this way they can get exposure through putting their content below. I'll let them promote whatever they're trying to promote, as long as it's not ridiculous, at the end of the interview. But what does that do? Well, if I'm talking to people that are 3, 10, 15, 30 steps ahead of where I am in terms of this business, then I get to learn. I get to increase my network. I get to see shit that doesn't work. I get to see different creative ways of solving problems or issues that might come up. And I get to do it faster than just doing my own deals. Because if I've got 1 under contract in a month, right? And this should be closing at the end of the month. So that's only 1. Right? But if I'm talking to somebody who's done 46, then I get to see what issues they're dealing with and how to solve other issues that are happening much faster. So continue to execute on this side and get more deals and do more deals more quickly. But over here, talk to people who are several steps ahead in the process of what they're doing for wholesaling, so that I can learn faster. And this way, that comes through to you guys. You can see that literally anybody can fucking do this. And you can watch the journey with what I'm doing, but you can also see other professionals who are taking or they're making the decision to actually step up and take action in their life and move the needle forward. If you want a life a certain way, you have to take the action every day. Nobody's going to give you fucking dick. You have to show up. Like, look in the mirror at the 2 or 5 or 10 things that you know you're slacking in, and step the fuck up. It's not like you can press rewind next day. You've been slacking in these areas for a fucking long time. Step the fuck up. You don't get time back. Another 30 years you're going to be saying the same fucking shit. Do it now before you run out of that time. So The next and last thing here is the wholesaling deal update. They're fucking dragging their feet. I'm not sure if it's actually going to go through. He wants to actually come take a look. So there's a partner. There's two guys. One does the construction, one does the finance. And we've been in talks for about a week. They're saying they want to put in an offer, and yet then they put in an offer, and then they don't want to sign the contract. And then the finance guy wants to come out and take a look at the property. The contractor's already been up there multiple times. So what else? Like, why don't you want to make a decision? I don't know. What holds some people back from just making a decision? But it is what it is. It's possible that it can still go through this weekend. I am continuing to market. I'm continuing to follow up with people and continue to push forwards, because whether it's them or somebody else, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to continue to increase the network of people that I know so that I can execute these a lot fucking faster. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to press that subscribe button. Peace.